Have you ever just figured out a way to make money, but when you want to share it with a friend, you find out that they've been doing it for a while, maybe a couple of years, and you're just wondering to yourself, why is it that you didn't know about this thing? Does it have something to do with your associations? Maybe this is a friend you don't talk to much. Maybe this is a friend that you kind of only talk to when the time is right for you, where you could benefit from it. So they didn't feel like sharing this information with you. So could it have something to do with the people you associate with, why you're losing out on big ideas? It could be. And it could be something else. It could be that you don't understand the value of financial literacy. Okay? This is the 5th installment on how to be a hustler, but I'm naming this video The Cost of Financial Literacy. Reason why is because no matter what I do in this series, no matter what I talk about, this topic right here is the creme de la creme. I can end this series with this video right here. I can end it with this video because this video really ties the knot around the cake. But I have 5 more videos to make. And the reason why I have 5 more videos to make is because the lesson on how to be a hustler and the lesson on hustling and the lesson on making money is really infinite. And it's going to change over time. I just want to give you some of the basics, what I think is important, the things I think you should focus on and concentrate on. I actually make a lot of changes in my life, and I've focused on different things. I've had to do some house cleaning as of late and live with some of my losses. And some of those things that I had to do was I had to get rid of some investments that were yielding too high. And we all take losses when we get greedy, or we deal with the shiny object syndrome, which I don't remember who I got that quote from. Somebody on YouTube. It's not mine. But I thought it was Graham Stephan, but I'm not sure. If it is, that's who I got it from. But I don't think so. It's someone who mostly talks directly about stocks, a channel I'm subscribed to. But as far as financial literacy, sometimes the cost of financial literacy is as little as $5. How? I remember someone in, I think it was middle school, that I was friends with, kind of more, not close friends like he was with someone else that I knew, but I remember he loaned $5 to his friend that he knew for years. And for some reason, he never got that $5 back. And what that translated to, because they were best friends growing up since kids, like babies basically, was there's no way to trust anyone. There's no way you can trust anyone. That's what what translated to him. So he began to manage his money differently and to be less careless and just offering it out to people without, or expecting it to be paid back. So what happened was he now has a job in finance and he's doing really well. And I realized that I spoke about this in the past where I said that one of the rules of money is only loan your money to successful people. So let that sink in. Why is that true that it's best to only loan your money to successful people? I mean, I'm not saying that startup companies aren't a good way to invest, because had you invest in Amazon years ago during this initial public offering, you'd probably be rich right now. So had you done that, you'd be looking at something amazing. So everyone's looking for the next Amazon, right? So everybody's looking at those penny stocks and looking at different companies. Some people think it's one of these marijuana companies. So I don't know what it is. I have no idea. But if you want to know the true cost of financial literacy, all you have to do is miss out on great opportunities over and over and over and over again, right? So I know that sounds like an infomercial, and maybe somebody thinks I'm trying to sell a product here. I am not. I am not. Some people with large sums of money who may need to spend some of that money from time to time, instead of using regular savings accounts or bank accounts or checkings accounts, they would use money market accounts, because those money market accounts have higher yields and you have a little bit of flexible spending with it. You can at least write 6 checks per month, I believe. So you can do 6 transactions by check. So if you need to write a check for your mortgage or write a check for a bill or something like that, you can. Or write a check to yourself. You can. So that's why most people do it. They get a money market account so they can write checks. I think that's the best way to go about doing things, personally, right? So financial literacy. I can end this series with one video, okay? This one. And then make it 5. But I'm not going to do that because I have 5 more to go. But this topic is extremely important to this subject, right? Because I could just hit you guys with Robert Kiyosaki and say, focus on assets, not liabilities. Why? Because assets produce cash flow, right? And that's how the wealthy spend their money. They acquire assets. Most of the time, they're acquiring assets. That's what wealthy people are doing. They're acquiring assets. They're taking risks, but risks are the fuel to the car that leads you to the road called success. So risk taking is loaning money to a friend, taking a risk. Yeah, it is. So when you take a risk and you understand what that risk does, you can win. Win-win. Building relationships. Got to do it. Build your relationships, folks. This is part 5, how to be a hustler. Because I know that some people think that being a hustler means finding something that you can buy ridiculously cheap and selling for a lot of money. But that's not the only way to make a buck. And sometimes that doesn't always work, because you may not be able to find a margin that works in your favor. You could be searching and searching and searching, and guess what? Say goodbye to those margins. Say goodbye. Because you won't be able to find it. You won't be able to find it at least enough for you to profit from that experience. So if you can't profit from that experience, you're not going to have great experiences. You might have to find other ways to go about doing things. See, the time that margins aren't always as important is when it comes to investing. Whether you invest in real estate, stocks, peer-to-peer lending platforms, or anything else of that nature, no matter what your investment is, as long as you can get about 3% or more, you're usually in a good place. And that's because of inflation. So you're at least securing your dollar or more. And you're compounding that security. If you can compound that security, you're doing well. So always make sure that your bottom line is met by staying financially literate. So what could happen to financially literate people? They might say to themselves, okay, I get it. I went to school, I got all these college loans, and it's going to be hard to pay back because I'm not even going into the field that I studied. What do I do? Okay. With the burn, comes the pressure to be successful. Now it's time to start putting on your thinking cap, the cap that actually works, not the cap that makes you look important. I'm not trying to bash any institutions of higher learning. I'm just saying if you really want to be in higher learning realm, you got to educate yourself. So financial literacy means not taking on the information that people give you all the time. It means doing your own research and finding out what works for you. So that means even after watching this video, you still got to figure out for yourself what matters and what doesn't. Yeah, I do like talking about Bitcoin. Even though I sold all my Bitcoin, still like talking about it. Why? Because it's fun. But is Bitcoin a real asset? Not really. It's kind of like my lottery ticket, because it's fun. However, I'm going to be ending this video, giving you guys something to think about. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure that you comment below. Tell me what you think. And what would you like for the next video to focus on? Because I think financial literacy is a great topic, right? If you're a business, for example, how do you know where your profit margins lie? Are you doing your bookkeeping? Are you taking budgets? Are you looking at budgets? Does anyone track their spending per month, their annual household spending versus their annual household income, their monthly income versus their monthly spending? Maybe you're spending too much on groceries, you're hitting the credit card, not going for the bank card or the cash. What are you doing? Are you racking up on credit card debt or no? What are you doing? So that's important to understand. Which is more important to you? I dare you to look at this and tell me what you think is important to you. So financial literacy, did I miss anything? Should I do a part 2 of this part 5? Is there something you guys want to hear more of? Is this topic fully met? I didn't plan this. I didn't write any notes. I just wanted to talk to you guys. And I wanted to infuse this into my series on how to be a hustler. This is part 5, but the video is going to be the cost of financial literacy. So think about it. Get back to me. Write your comments below, people. And thank you so much for watching once again, The Brand Builder. Thank you.